अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
She was sitting in the handi,
अच्छा
in that big, huge bath handi.
अच्छा
Oh God, I couldn't pick her up because she was very fat, you know. So I called my mother-in-law. मैं अपनी सास को बुलाया, मम्मी मम्मी आ जाओ, भी अम्मा फंसी हुई है, इसको उठा लो. तो फिर मेरी सास आई, वो भी उसको नहीं उठा सकी. फिर हमने वो एक उसकी मेट थी उसको बुलाई. फिर हम 3 लोगों ने उसको उठाया। तो फिर मेरी सास ने उससे पूछा कि तुम इसमें क्यों बैठी? तो बोलने की मैं समझी ये बाथ टब है। तो मैं मांगती थी देखने को ये बाथ टब कैसा है। ये भी शुक्र खुदा का पानी उसमें नहीं था। She thought that was a bathtub.
So it belonged to you?
Yeah. You see, my mother had given, in the old days there was no shower or something. I'm talking about way back 37, and they used to have balti, bucket of water coming from the tap. So my mother, instead of giving me a bucket, she had given me a huge thing. It was very beautiful. I've got it in my house in Connecticut, in New York. I've got a big plant in it. But that's where she got stuck. She said she thought that's a bathtub. And she wanted to know what the bathtub is all about. Right. She knew you sat in a bathtub, but she didn't know whether you had to have water or whatever. So once she sat in it, she couldn't get out. वो उठ नहीं सकती थी। फिर हम 3 बंदों ने उसको उठा लिया उसमें से।
आपकी प्रिंस अली खान से भी बड़ी थी, दोस्त थे आपके, कज़न थे आपके।
हाँ,
अली खान,
अली के साथ जी, बिकॉज अली की ग्रैंड मदर आगा खान, उसका जो बाप था, उसकी माँ और मेरा नाना, मेरी माँ के बाप बहन भाई थे।
अच्छा।
तो अली was very close because Aga Khan used to come every year, twice a year to India and Karachi and all that, and he used to meet all the family members and bring Ali with him. That's how Ali, we were the youngest lot, He got very friendly with me and he got very friendly with Yusuf because Yusuf was Aga Khan's social secretary. When Aga Khan used to come here to India, he used to go with him everywhere. He was his social secretary. So Ali got very friendly with us. Then one year he had come here and he told us, after dinner I'm going to come and pick you up and take you to movie. Palace Cinema.
Metropole के साथ होता था, जी।
So he had reserved one box for every night, So every night, 2 nights he took us to the same movie with Rita Hayworth. I've forgotten what movie it was. Third night I said, Ali, why are you taking us there? We've seen this movie twice. He said, no, I'm in love with her.
With Rita Hayworth?
With Rita Hayworth, yeah. I didn't know, I thought he was joking. Anyway, then he went away the next morning. Then he told us that he'll be in Geneva, and whenever we come, we should give him Then I called Yusuf, and then Yusuf also came and met her, and then he took us out for a ride, and then we went and had lunch, That's how I met Rita Hayworth.
तो आपको फिर समझ आया कि एक फिल्म जो है वो बार-बार क्यों देखी?
I couldn't, that's why.
अच्छा, आपने अभी जो मुझे बीच में एक गाना भी सुनाया था, नेशनल गार्ड, इसके बारे में बताएं कि ये क्या चीज़ थी, नेशनल गार्ड?
क्या नेशनल गार्ड?
हाँ।
We were in Muslim League National Guard. We were there, working for Muslim League and all that, raising slogans and everything. After partition, we joined the army. We got attached to the brigade that was Brigadier Yahya Khan's brigade.
Right. Achha.
Yeah. So we were there to help the army with various things, like, ambulance mein, ye, wo. We were there to help them, social work, whatever they wanted us to do. Right. And we were trained by the army. Also, we were trained to how to shoot in case we had to shoot, you know. All these things we were trained.
There were girls in it?
Proper army training we had.
And girls also? Girls were there?
Yes, 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 all National Guards.
In those times?
Huh?
उस वक्त मतलब ख़वातीन जो थी बाकायदा
Yeah,
आर्मी
yeah, yeah. We had to be taught how to shoot.
And you also learned?
Yes.
Amazing. मतलब ये क्योंकि अभी नहीं इस
Yes,
तरह.
we had to because it was one of the things. In case, you know, we were attached to the army.
Right.
Yahya Khan was our brigadier.
अच्छा 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 अच्छा.
Brigadier Yahya Khan. We were attached to his brigade. He was in Karachi.
अच्छा, this is during Liaquat Ali Khan's prime ministership.
Yes.
जी जी.
Yes. The Shah of Iran had come here, and we National Guards were giving guard of honor. And Begum Saab, of course, was our leader, and she was the one who was going to greet the Shah, you know. But there was a protocol that when we had gone through the process, you know, that when she comes, Yahya Khan will be there waiting for her to open the door for her. It so happened there was a little bit of an incident, and Yahya Khan was like a couple of minutes or so late to get to the door, and she was very upset. So I don't know what she said or whatever. Anyway, at 12 o'clock at night, my adjutant, you know, Captain Mahfouz, about 11:15 or 11:30, he came to the house. And the chowkidar came and said, Bibi, aapka Captain Mahfouz aaya hai. Because chowkidar didn't know him. So I said, Captain Mahfouz aaya? Kyun? Bole, haan, bolta hai, zaruri kaam hai, Bibi se milna hai. I went out immediately. And Yusuf also came with me. So he was there. I asked him, I said, come in, what's the matter? He said, you have to do something. I know your husband knows this thing, General Gracie, who was the head of the army. And please, you must go to him and you must save Yahya Khan, because he might, he said, I don't know, he might be fired or he might. Not many people, just, you know, we, Mahmoud, Almas, Mahmoud's wife, and Yusuf, myself, and a few other people, you know. Some minister was there, or some governor was there, whatever. And then after dinner, we were still sitting at the table, and he turned around and he said, all those ladies and gentlemen, now I have to say something. I have to thank this lady, Pasha Haroon, who's sitting next to me. It is because of her that I'm here today. I was so embarrassed. I said, oh my God, you know, I didn't do it for anything. I didn't do it for thanks or anything. I almost went under the table. I was so, he said, no, you saved me. I was so embarrassed. I told him, I said, sir, why did you do this? I mean, you know, you didn't have to. He said, no, I have to let the people know. And I had to thank you, and this is my first opportunity I got.
I think it's a great story. बहुत अच्छी कहानी आपने सुनाई है. एक और स्टेप आगे चलते हैं कि आफ्टर लियाकत अली ख़ान देयर वर सेवरल गवर्नमेंट्स, और बीच में वन यूनिट भी बना 1956 में, एंड देन आप सिकंदर मिर्ज़ा को भी जानती थी।
हाँ, मैं तो अच्छी तरह से जानती थी। एक्चुअली सिकंदर मिर्ज़ा used to know my family very well because his mother was Iranian, no? So he knew my family very well. So when he was here, he came here, he was very fond of me. And his wife Nahid, she also became very friendly with me, his second wife, you know, because the women here protested against her for being the second wife and all that, you know. So wherever she went, she always took me with her. She had little confidence with me around her, you know, because she was afraid people might attack her or women might take a demonstration. So this one time they were going to Pindi, so she asked me to come with her to Pindi. And we went by train, so the next morning, Nahid, it was the afternoon, Nahid and myself were sitting on the sofa. Iskandar Mirza was playing bridge with Ayub Khan, Chundrigar, Iskandar and one other fellow, I don't know who it was. Iskandar had a great way of talking, you know. He had a sense of humor. And he kept telling Ayub,
उन्होंने यानी ये कहा कि आप मेरे फ्लैट में रहें।
once and I will tell you what the problem is, what I would like you to do for me. So he called his ADC immediately and he told him, he said, look, take the Begum Saab's telephone number and call her when we get to Islamabad, and look at my calendar and tell her and ask her which day is convenient for her and she will come, otherwise I will go and meet her. So Khanum Isfahani said, no, I will come there. It's better for me because it's not a good idea for you to come here. People will talk, you know. So he called her and he said, anytime that you are free, you can come. He said, no, anytime he's free. So they got fixed a time. She went to Islamabad and she took the money with her. And she said, it's not for me. This is for Iskandar Mirza's wife. She has no money. And I gave her my flat to stay. Now the Shah has given her a small flat. And she has this house. I've sold it for her. I can't get the money out. If you can please have this money transferred to her. At least she'll have some money. And he said, no problem. He did it.
चलिए अब थोड़ी सी कहानी और आगे ले जाएं। आपने बीच में जुल्फ़िकार भुट्टो का भी जिक्र किया कि वो आपके मियां ने उनको फ़ोन किया और उन्होंने कहा मैं कोई सिकंदर मिर्ज़ा के उसमें मदद नहीं कर सकूँगा। तो भुट्टो साहब से और उनकी बेगम से भी आपकी
उसकी बेगम को तो मैं अच्छी तरह से जानती थी। भुट्टो फैमिली को तो मेरी सास जानती थी, सब जानते थे उनको। बट उसकी बीवी से तो मेरी दोस्ती थी पुरानी, क्योंकि वो उसका बाप ईरानी था। and that's another story. And he was in Bombay and he wanted to come to Karachi after partition. So my father wrote to my mother-in-law and said, we know this gentleman and would you please keep him for a few days, for a few weeks or whatever, till he finds a place. So my mother-in-law said, no problem, he can come anytime. So anyway, he came. So she gave him in my mother-in-law's house, she had like a guest house, you know, because in the old days, my father-in-law had a lot of friends from Saudi Arabia who used to come, and there were not many hotels here, except for the Palace Hotel. There was not many hotels here. So he had a
guest,
yes, where he used to put them up. So after he passed away, my mother-in-law had that place, and sometimes she put up. And so she gave him that whole place to put up. And his little child, you know, from the second wife, and two girls, Nusrat and Behjat. And that's how Nusrat met Bhutto. Because she became very friendly with Saeed and Saeed Haroon. They were more or less the same age, you know. Saeed and Sultan Karam Ali, Balaksher Mazari. They used to go to this Palace Hotel, near the Palace Hotel, attached to the Palace Hotel, was called Gourmet. It was like a nightclub. They used to go there. You had to have a membership to go there. In the old days, very dignified place, you know. So they used to go there. And in those days, they couldn't take out Pakistani girls. Girls didn't go out with men, you know, except if they were English or Anglo-Indians, you know, or Parsons. They went out. But Nusrat and Behjat came. So Saeed and my brother Mustafa was there, you know. And so they used to go to the gourmet. They used to take Nusrat and Behjat with them. So Bhutto had come back from after finishing his law or whatever, you know, from England. And he knew Saeed and a couple of other, and Balak Sher and all. And that's how he met. One night he came there and he saw Nusrat and he fell in love with her. Because Bhutto's mother didn't want him to marry her. My mother-in-law got very upset and said, why not? She's a nice girl, decent people, why not?
आपकी सास ने भी फिर इसमें एक किरदार तो अदा किया इस मैरिज में.
So that's how they got married. But this is the truth. I'm not exaggerating. And the people have to know about their leaders also.
Yes. सही कहा आपने, बिल्कुल सही.
No?
नहीं, बिल्कुल जानना चाहिए उनको असल बात पता चलनी चाहिए. एक और भी है, जब ये जुल्फ़िकार अली भुट्टो साहब फॉरेन मिनिस्टर थे तो ईरान जो
Ashraf.
जी जो थी
Princess Ashraf was coming, and there was a big problem among the, I don't know about the, I just arrived, you know, and there was problem about in the women who will be with her, and this one was saying I want to be, that one was saying I want to be. So Aziz Ahmed called me.
The Foreign Secretary Aziz Ahmed called you.
Called me.
जी.
And he said, Pasha, I want a favor from you. I said, yes, Aziz, what is it? He said, Princess Ashraf is coming. There's a lot of problem among the women, you know. This one saying, no, not that one, that one, that one. But if we want a woman to accompany her from Pakistan, you know. She was going to Lahore and also to Pindi and all. We want a woman to be with her like a lady in waiting, you know, from Pakistan government side. But if you say yes, then no one will say no to you. So I said, no, I'm going away day after tomorrow. My husband's in London, I'm going to London. He said, no, but please, this is for Pakistan. I said, no, but there's so many women over here you can ask. So what he did was, he didn't tell me. He called Yusuf in London. And he said, please tell your wife to postpone the trip by a few days. And so she can go with Ashraf to Lahore and Pindi and all, and there'll be no problems between the women. They won't say, mera jana hai, wo bolega main jaungi aur ye wo. When her name comes up, no one will contradict. So Yusuf rang me up and said, listen, why don't you go? And I said, no, I don't. He said, no, no, you must do it. You're doing it for Pakistan.
वो है खुला दिल और कुशादा दिल ही हमें आगे लेके जाएगा, हमें तरक्की की तरफ लेके जाएगा। तंग दिली जो है वो हमें कहीं लेके नहीं जाएगी। बहुत शुक्रिया मेरे साहबा, आपका भी बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने वक्त निकाला।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, इट वाज अ प्लेजर टू बी हियर, थैंक यू।
एंड आई लव्ड योर सॉन्ग, और वो जब रेडियो पे मशहूर हो जाएगा तो फिर हम आपसे बाकी गाने जो आपने नेशनल गार्ड के और मुस्लिम लीग के सुनाए वो भी हम आपसे बाकायदगी से सुनेंगे। बहुत शुक्रिया।
एंड इट वाज अ प्लेजर, थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। बस पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।
पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।